It's Flo, and I'm here. This is my first Tarotscope with you guys for the month. And yeah, I'm excited. I have two decks with me. So I have the Miss Cleo deck, which is a very spicy, salty deck. I love reading her. Very often she'll like slide into my other readings. I don't know how, but sometimes her cards end up with any other deck that I have. And she always has something to say, so it's cute. And I also have the Isis Oracle deck, which is a very powerful deck. I only end up pulling this deck out when something big is happening, and I wasn't planning to use it, but it popped out, so hopefully this all ends well. Begins well, rather, I should say. So, let's open up in prayer. Heavenly Creator, highest of the high, the one and all in one, I thank you for allowing me to be here and present. I thank you for allowing me to be here amongst the collective. I ask that should there be any lower energies, entities, beings of harm in our minds, body spaces, they be cleared away now by Archangel Michael for the highest good. I ask that my guides for the highest good be present with me. Let me to hear, know, see, show anything for the collective needs to know for its betterment or our growth. Show me in the ways that you always do, and allow any and all excess energy to be transmuted in the air. And so it is a chain. Circle be open in light, love, growth. Let us know what it is that we need to know. Let it be shared up, which needs to be shared. Okay. So, sometimes cards like to flip out, and this is what flipped out. So, off the bat, we already know shit is gonna go down. So I had the intention of doing this week by week. So the first week of October looks a lot like this. This is the Tower. And it looks a lot like a lot of structures that we had, especially even our neural pathways just being changed, letting us know this is not what the fuck is going to continue. This is being challenged. We're allowing ourselves to really see the ways that our collective thoughts have created a collective reality. This is the point in which us as a collective really recognize all of these things that we've been telling ourselves amalgamate into what we tell each other and what we create as society. You know, we all play a part in it and we all impact it. So really recognizing that these things make bigger pictures and make our collective reality is where we have to decide, okay, well, since I play a role in this, what am I going to do to change that? What am I going to change in my narrative to create that? So that's mostly what the first week of October is looking like. It kind of looks like a lot of the mainframe has to break down in order for us to see what needs to be rebuilt and what can stay in the past, right? So I feel like there's only going to need to be like one or two of the Isis cards. So of this card. This is Divine Sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. Personally, I've been feeling this card a whole lot lately. Yep. So October is a big month because of Libra season. Mostly Libra season is all about community, about building, about finding ways we can feed into each other and heal each other and help each other and be balanced in that, right? Virgo season is always about what we can give, what we can do, how we can be useful. Libra season is more about how we can service each other, how we can balance all of that out, right? So in terms of the sisterhood and the brotherhood, it mostly feels like recognizing a lot of the ways that we challenge femininity is kind of in the ways that we, how do I express this? The ways we challenge what we can create. The ways we challenge what we can make for ourselves. So going back to the whole idea of the Tower, there are a lot of things that need to be rebuilt. But recognizing that we have the power to create pretty much anything is fruitful energy. We have the power to make any reality we want, and building with the people around us is the most important way to do that. So really focusing on the things that we've wanted to bring into fruition with the people around us, the people closest to us, the people that we have always felt that kind of vibrating energy of there is something here, there is something that needs to happen, I'm not sure what it is. Really have that time to sit down and see what that is, where that's coming from, right? There's going to be a lot happening within the first 2 weeks of this month in terms of people collaborating. It's the perfect time to make shit happen. I would say it's going to be interesting just because we are very fast approaching Venus stationing retrograde in Scorpio, which is very intense, but it definitely teaches us, again, what shit is not going to fly, but how we can move in the midst of that, and really helping us move with the intensity of that. The intensity of knowing we have a responsibility to ourselves, to each other, and to what we choose to create, to the communities we hold. There definitely is going to be a lot of tension that starts off kind of light, and then as we move into like mid-November, reaches its head. But back to the now. Let's see what else is going on for the second week. Okay. Alright. So we got death reversed. So this shows some of y'all niggas is gonna be a little resistant. That's okay. You know, so it could go either way. Usually the way that I interpret reverse cards is that it can go a little bit either way. Most of the time it seems like a resistance to the natural state of the card. So in terms of death reversed, it feels like a lot of people are going to continue fighting the signs that they repetitively see about their own power of creation, their own ability to affect the status quo around them, to affect the people around them, and to kind of matter. I think what's going to be really important is leaning into the people that we're closest to and really asking ourselves, are these people nurturing my changes? Are they challenging me to be a more thoughtful version of myself? It kind of feels like this is a period where a lot of people are diving into a different aspect of who they could be, considering it. It's kind of like when you try a new food and you're trying to decide if you like it. You're trying to decide if the next time you go to this restaurant you're going to order it again. And the more you eat it, the more you decide you like it, the more you're enjoying it. But you tell your friend the next day, like, oh, you know, I tried this food, and they're like, that sounds fucking disgusting. Why would you eat that? And then you're kind of questioning, you know? So really just remembering what is for your palate is for your palate, and if people really love and accept you, they're going to take that. You know what I mean? They're going to accept that that's your palate. But I think it's really important to remember that no matter what is dying within you, what is dying within your social circles, what connections are dying, you have to honor yourself, and the more you push back, the more painful the crash from the tower becomes. So really just remembering it's more of a form of torture to prolong the fall than it is to just fall. You'll bust your ass for a little bit. It'll hurt for a little bit. But you get back up. You know, you get a crutch, you heal. As opposed to kind of just wondering how long it's going to take, right? So it kind of feels like there's going to be a lot of energy during the second week of October of that kind of resistance, of feeling like we need things to remain the same, of feeling like we need people to be the same in order to be loved by them or to love them. And a lot of people are going to have to wake the fuck up to the fact that it's like, no. People are going to be people, and you choose whether or not you want to be there. And there is beauty in not being there. There is beauty in being there if you choose to. It's all really up to you. Oh, let's pull another card for that one, because, ooh. Okay. So here we have the Knight of Cups reversed. Right, so Knights are usually representatives of messages, of energies. Cups is always emotional, sometimes spiritual. This still kind of feels like the energy of resistance, the energy of folks not really wanting to delve into that emotionally hectic energy. It kind of feels like